Hi, my name is Matthew Gillrie and I'm the owner of Gillrie Consulting. The purpose of this video is to provide you with a high-level overview of what you can expect if you invite me to come and speak to your group. The topic that I've chosen to focus on this year is a vendor update. We have seen massive changes across the DMS space over the last few years, and I believe providing that context to dealers and to accountants and the people that we work with will help them better work with these companies and better understand where they're going and where they've come from. We'll start with the previous 2 to 3 years. We've seen huge changes, leadership changes, new owners, new vendors entering the space. And the reality is the company that you worked with 2 to 3 years ago might not exist anymore. And so we'll talk through real examples of the types of contracts we were seeing, the type of pricing that we were seeing, and really the market share we believe existed 2 to 3 years ago. And then once we have that historical context, we can move on to what's going on today and what the current state looks like. And we'll talk through how pricing has evolved over the few years, how contracts have changed with COVID and with all the different things that have happened since 2020, and really helping you understand the current state and the goals of the companies that exist out there today. We'll talk through the market share by vendor, talk about some of the new vendors like Techion that have entered our space, and using dealer feedback to inform this discussion. At Gillrie, we work with hundreds of dealers every single year, and so we have amazing context that we can provide of the things that they like, the things that they don't like, the struggles that they've had, things like that. Once we understand the current state, we're going to move on to the future. Where do we think these companies are going? What new products are exciting? How do we think contracts and prices and things like that are going to evolve over time? And where do we think the market share is going to end up? Who's going to be the biggest vendor in 3 to 4 years? Who should we bet on? Who should we try to avoid? And really getting an idea of what we think is going to happen and summarizing my predictions for the industry as a whole. The structure of the presentation is about 1 hour. It's an open discussion as I'm going through. I'm very open to questions, and I typically like to leave about 15 minutes at the end just for a Q&A session. I'll be pulling real-world stories from dealers that I've worked with and the experiences that they've had. And in addition to that, anyone who provides us with one of their DMS bills, we can put together a billing analysis for them, basically giving them an idea of how well their pricing stacks up against the other dealers that we're working with today. Thank you.